With very few special occasions, Nintendo likes to keep their characters on their hardware. This is a way of creating meaningful and memorable experiences on said Nintendo consoles. They stick pretty close to that rule in an attempt to enrich our gaming experiences on their respective hardware. This is why consoles like the N64 are defined by games like Ocarina of Time and Super Mario 64, or the Wii with games like Mario Kart Wii and Wii Sports. This makes it special to own a Nintendo console and automatically grants the user a much more memorable experience with their gaming device. This is why, as a Nintendo fan, it's exciting to see what's coming next and where our exclusives will lead. Never mind. In 2016, Nintendo took their first deep dive into the in an attempt to bring more fans into the Nintendo genre. And honestly, can you blame them? The mobile market is an ever-expanding platform with millions of new users a day. I mean, think about it. Everyone has a phone, which now means you no longer have an excuse not to play Fire Emblem.
Still not doing it though.
And while mobile games get a pretty bad rep nowadays, rightfully so, it's not impossible to make a good one. And Nintendo makes decent ones. While it took them a bit to really understand the platform, they put out a banger or two here and then. It only took them an overpriced auto-scroller, a couple of shutdowns, and gambling.
But I've discussed all those before. What I haven't talked about are Nintendo's other mobile apps.
Aside from games, Nintendo has a set of, let's say, quality of life apps. Programs to improve your Nintendo experience, get the latest information, and, well, their own music streaming platform. And this starts off strong with the Nintendo Switch Parental Controls app. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time with this one for obvious reasons. This is a way for parents to keep an eye on how much their kids are playing, who they're playing with, and what they're playing, all from the convenience of their mobile device. Honestly, the app's pretty nice. You can set play limits. It'll even tell you when someone tries to disable the app without your permission. I will say though, if I was a kid and my parents booted me out mid-game, I'd be pretty upset. After that, we have the Nintendo Switch Online app. This one's pretty neat. It has an onslaught of features for select Nintendo titles, like a Google Maps for Breath of the Wild. It's kinda convenient though. You can also now share your game captures to your phone much easier with this app too. On top of that, this was the only way to use voice chat through your Nintendo account for a while.
Oh, looks like this lobby with randoms are using voice chat. Let's try out a public random Mario Kart lobby with voice chat. What could possibly go wrong?
But I think some of its coolest features come from the select games it can interact with. Like Splatoon, you can see the map schedule, which is actually super helpful. This tells me if I should even bother booting the game up that day. Animal Crossing lets you access the Nook link and send over custom designs and see a whole bunch of other junk, and Smash lets you share things through the community pages. While the app isn't a necessity, I think it's got some really neat quality of life features. You can also see stuff like when your friends are online. I may not use it often, but I do like this app a lot. Next, we have Nintendo Music. Finally, a way I can stream my favorite Nintendo songs without immediately darting to YouTube and listening to an onslaught of ads. In concept, this sounds really exciting. I mean, you could download songs to listen to offline. It's very easy to navigate. How could this go wrong? I mean, the app lets you extend songs, make playlists, it filters by consoles, it makes its own playlists, and it even has a spoiler blocker if you don't want to hear a spoiler song from late game. All of this is great, right? Okay, at the state it's at now, it's decent, but when this thing released, there was like nothing on it. Nintendo seems to add a soundtrack every week, and you'd figure they want to release soundtracks from newer games like Mario Kart World or Donkey Kong Bonanza, because why not advertise any way possible? But nope, instead we get games like 51 Clubhouse Games. Why? I mean, how do you not have games like Super Mario 3D World or Mario Kart Wii, but we have NES Gyromite? Yes, because when I go to work out, I'm gonna put on... Oh yeah, this and my energy shake are gonna pump me up. Not really a bad thing to add these weird and obscure soundtracks. In fact, it's kinda cool. It's just not great when we sleep on the amazing sound library Nintendo has as they drip feed it to us one update a week. I don't dislike Nintendo music at all, and I think it'll be really cool in about a year when they add a ton more soundtracks. But for the time being, it's nice to have, I just don't depend on it. It also requires a Switch Online membership, so do with that as you will. And finally, and most recently, we have the Nintendo News app. This is a way for Nintendo to directly send us information. While it's pretty neat, 9 times out of 10, the information on here is so pointless, there's no reason to boot this up. But if you don't boot it up, you could miss the one time you get important details like the Zelda movie release date that they shadow dropped only here. The best thing about this app is the presentation, though. I love these little animations that play each day. It gives a much more charming feel. I don't think this is a must download, but if you're a big Nintendo guy like me, it's kinda cool and it has its charms.
Nintendo's released a good set of mobile apps. I mean, some of them are more useful than the last, but they're all pretty charming. You've got some cool in-game interactables, a fun way to get your news, and a music streaming app. And it's always nice to get more out of my Nintendo Switch Online subscription. But as cool as these are, at the end of the day, they're all pretty pointless. I mean, why even try? How can you compete with stuff like